Welcome back, everybody. Wow, what a game with the Chelsea and City.
Yes.
That was something. But yeah, we just got done watching that game, and there's been quite a few things that have happened over the course of maybe the last week in the Premier League specifically, and how things are shaping up, and the Premier League table is shaping up. So we're gonna talk about all those things and also all sorts of other things that are going on in the world of football. So let's get into it. This is What the Football. Okay, Judah. Before I guess this is the Chelsea show. This
Chelsea
episode.
Week.
It's the Chelsea week.
The Chelsea week.
It's the Chelsea week.
Monday to Sunday, bro.
Yeah, because we weren't able to talk about the big game from last week.
Yeah, the Spurs
because of
Chelsea.
when we record, or when we try to record at least. But fill us in. Spurs versus Chelsea.
To me, I felt like the game was chaos.
That's what a lot of people say.
I felt like the game was chaos. It was just chaos.
Yeah.
5 goals, so
Yeah.
it was 1-4. But 4 other goals were cancelled.
Yeah.
2 for Spurs, 2 for Chelsea.
Yeah.
2 red cards. So Spurs finished the game with 9 men.
Yeah.
It was that kind of a game, just chaos. At some point, I felt like Chelsea were making Spurs look like gladiators because they were playing against 9 men and they were allowing Spurs just get everything right. The high line was right. Sweeper keeper Vicario was right. It was like, you guys are making these guys look so good. But all in all, it was a great game to watch. Even the Spurs fans, I think they were so happy with their team, even though they lost. So at the end of the game, they actually, I think, gave a round of applause for their team.
Interesting.
But it was a great game. Spurs started really well. Kulusevski with the first goal, I think, in like 6 minutes or so. Then there was the whole issue of Romero kicking out at Levi Colwill, which there was no cards. He wasn't penalized in any way. And then Chelsea grew into the game. I believe Sterling had started having some good runs and all of that. And then he scores, but it was cancelled because it came off his arm. And then Caicedo scores, and it was cancelled also because Jackson was offside. But during that passage of play, Romero clears the ball, but goes studs into Enzo. The ref is told to go to the screen to look at it, gives a red card, but it's definitely a penalty. The penalty, Cole Palmer scores. So it's 1-1 against 10 men. I think it's 1-1 into halftime. In the first half also, Udogie actually went with a 2-footed challenge against Sterling. But Sterling was quick enough to get out of his way. He got a yellow card for that. Many people felt like he could have gotten a red, or he should have gotten a red.
Okay.
But he got a yellow card for that. The second half starts, and then he goes into Sterling for another tackle, second yellow. I think even he knew. By the time he did the second challenge, he knew he was off. He just knew he was off. From then, unlike many other teams who then park the players behind the ball, Spurs started keeping the high line. And I was actually frustrated at some point because I felt like Chelsea were not making the best of that. So they were trying to get Jackson the ball, but Jackson was standing on the shoulder of the last man.
Yep.
So by the time he moves, he's definitely offside. And it was like, I'm not even a professional footballer, but I know that in situations like that, the runs that are the best to make are those from the midfield, from the inside of the game and all of that. So those are the runs that Enzo should have been making, and those guys, not Jackson. And I think Poch even called a few of the players to tell them, like, what are you guys doing? Like, allow the runs from the inside, because by the time the ball is played, the guy is still onside and all of that. It's just, I feel like it's not rocket science, especially for football players. But I think towards the end of the game, they began to understand what they needed to do. Shout out to Jackson, hat-trick.
Yeah.
So he got the last 3 goals, the second, third, and fourth goals.
Yeah.
He could have gotten 5 or 6 in that game, to be honest. My frustration with him is he's not the smartest striker yet. He's a young kid. He's like 22, 23, I guess. So he still has time to be polished into a world-class striker. But another problem I have between him is the amount of yellow cards he picks up.
Mm.
He's already been suspended for 5 yellow cards. He's come back from that suspension. He got a yellow card in that game also. And he got a yellow card in the game against City also.
Yeah.
And those yellow cards are just unnecessary.
Yeah.
Very unnecessary.
Yeah.
Doesn't need all of that.
Sometimes it just takes players to, learn from mistakes.
Bro, the season is how many games in? Like 12 or 13 games. I think 12 games or 13 games. He already has 7 yellow cards.
Yeah.
As a striker.
Yeah. As a
striker, bro. He has 7 yellow cards.
Just immature, I guess.
So, if he gets 3 more yellow cards, his team will have to play without him because he'll be suspended again.
Yeah.
And that's just sad.
Yeah.
I think they should fine him, actually, so he gets his head in the right place.
Who should fine him? Chelsea?
The boss. I think Poch should tell him, like, bro, if you get 3 yellow cards in the next 10 games,
you're fined.
You're going to pay like £10,000 or something. I don't know.
Okay.
But I hope he gets his head in game. But another thing that I felt happened in the Spurs-Chelsea game was, I think Spurs have lost a good part of their core. By core, I mean part of the players who they have built this new Ange Ball thingy around.
Yeah.
So when Mickey was subbed off, Mickey, I mean Van de Ven.
Yeah.
When he was subbed off, I think I put it on one of my accounts on my status update. I'm like, I think this is when we now see how strong a team Spurs really are.
Yeah.
This might be the start of their fall. Not like fall like they would then get relegated, but that beautiful start of unbeaten and all of that.
Yeah, you see, like, okay, is the whole squad built around this, or is it just
how much
starting 11?
How much is this going to last?
Yeah.
Because in that game, Van de Ven goes off injured. Romero, red card, so he's going to miss 3 games. Udogie, red card, so he's going to miss a game, which he did, and miss the Wolves game. James Maddison out.
Yep.
And I think till like after Christmas or so, into the new year.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So those are 4 key players into the Wolves game, though. So Udogie is back. After then, he can play the next game because he had 2 yellows, which is 1 match ban. But I don't think Mickey is back anytime soon. Maddison, I don't think is back anytime soon. Who else? Romero has 2 more games to serve. So I think Eric Dyer had to come on. And Eric Dyer hadn't started any Premier League game.
Wow, yeah.
I think they ended the game with Eric Dyer and Emerson Royal as their centre backs.
Wow.
Yeah. But all in all, good 3 points. Since then, I've been receiving a lot of love from Arsenal fans. So much love. They're like, oh, we're so grateful, man. So the same week you guys got Newcastle take your flowers away.
Yes.
You guys wanted us to take their flowers away.
I told you.
Yeah?
I told you it was going to happen.
We did it 4.
Yes.
4 by scoring 4 goals. So I have a friend of mine who's also an Arsenal fan who's visiting. He came with 4 avocados for me. He actually texted me before he came, like, I'm coming with 4 avocados for you. And that's for Chelsea. Thank you.
That's funny.
I tell you, that is they're actually in my house now. I have 4 avocados for Chelsea winning Spurs 4-1.
Where are they from, the avocados?
Kenya.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, got it to me from Kenya.
Nice.
But that's the game in a nutshell. Crazy game though. Chaos.
Yeah.
Chaos, I tell you. That was chaotic game. Tacos. It was a real derby.
High energy, yeah.
Real derby.
Well, I think Chelsea's done a pretty good job, and we'll get to the game with City in a bit. But I think they've done a really good job holding up against some of the stronger sides.
I think
so far this season. I mean, they opened with Liverpool, right?
Yeah, the first game of the season was Liverpool 1-1.
Was it 1-1 or was it 2-2?
It was 1-1.
Oh, damn.
At the bridge. I think it was at the bridge.
I don't know why I thought it was 2-2.
It was 1-1, a draw. They played Tottenham now. They've won 4-1. They've played City now. They've played 4-4.
Yep. They tied with Arsenal.
They played with Arsenal 2-2.
Yep.
I think right now, Chelsea do well against teams that don't sit back against them. So if Chelsea play a team who are confident enough to actually attack, Chelsea will have fun. But when teams pack men behind the ball and tell you, okay, come break us down, Chelsea really struggle. Really struggle. Look at the games they've lost. Brentford at home. They had so much of the ball, passing the ball around and all of that. Did nothing with it. Even Forest, when they played Forest at home and they lost to Forest, they had so much of the ball. Did nearly nothing with it. So I think that's where they struggle. So if they play against the team who are like, we're just going to sit back and hope that something works out and hit you on the counter, Chelsea would definitely struggle.
But you should also be encouraged. You guys just played an 8-goal thriller against one of the best teams in Europe, not just England.
Actually, the best team. Because they're UCL winners.
Treble winners. Okay,
winners,
fair,
so.
yeah. So the best team in Europe.
Until somebody else wins the UCL, I think they're still the best team in Europe.
Yep, so like, there you go. Like
I am happy.
Yeah.
I won't deny that. I'm happy that they didn't lose. But I'm kind of pissed with some of the decisions, like the first penalty pisses me off. But we'll talk about that when we get
to it. Okay. But before we get to that, Spurs have now lost 2 in a row.
Yeah, as expected. By me, though. Now, that didn't mean that as banter. By me. So, in the sense that as I was speaking about the whole idea of the injuries and the guys that are missing out.
Yeah.
So I felt, okay, they're going to Wolves. Now, Wolves is not the hardest place to go, but it's not the easiest place to go to also. So I didn't get to see that game, all of it, because I was out. But while I was out, I was checking my phones for like updates and stuff.
Yeah.
And I saw that they scored really early. Johnson, 3rd minute. And my idea was, Wolves are going to score. Wolves will come back. But the fact that by the 90th minute, Spurs were still losing. Yeah. But by the end of the game, Spurs were still winning
by 1-0,
yeah. But by the end of the game, they had lost 2-1. I was like, that's what I was expecting.
Yeah.
But let's see how it goes. There's the international break. I don't think they can rush Maddison back. I don't know how long Mickey's out for. But I still think between now and Christmas, it's not going to be very easy for them.
To be honest with you, just looking at Spurs' results so far in the season, I really, really feel like for a lot of games, they got very lucky with their results. Some of them were own goals or whatever.
Yeah, like the game against Liverpool.
Like, I just feel like
they shouldn't have won the game the way
there's
they won.
been some luck on their side, which is now starting to fade a little bit. So, but anyway, I mean, that's
the good thing though is
more than half the season left.
Spurs fans are getting a treat from Ange.
Sure, yeah.
So Ange is playing positive football. They are not negative in their play and all of that. And I think Spurs fans they're loving it. They're really loving it. So let them keep their hopes.
Sure, yeah. Let's see. But this is the Chelsea show.
It is. So let's see today. It's been a while I watched something Chelsea. I have my Chelsea suit on. I'm back in the blue way.
There you go. Let's just talk about the match really quick. So
Chelsea City,
Chelsea City.
Okay.
8-goal thriller.
Blockbuster.
Two former City players score against their former team.
Yeah, true. Raz and Cole.
Yeah.
Blockbuster of a game. I think I didn't see a 4-4 coming. Number one, I don't see City as a team that concedes that many goals. I don't think City concede like 4 goals regularly. Can't remember the last time they conceded more than 2 or 3, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a good point, yeah.
There was a time I think they lost to Leicester 5-3. But that was like 3-4 years ago, to around COVID thereabouts. So that rarely happens. Ederson is a great goalie. Yeah. They have good defenders in Diaz and the other guys. They have Akanji and all of that. So I didn't see a 4-4 coming, but I wasn't coming into the game expecting that City were definitely going to trash them the way they trashed United. I wasn't expecting that to happen because they went to Old Trafford and they literally wiped United with on the floor. So I wasn't expecting that to happen because I felt like when you play against City, because of the way they play, they hold on to the ball, they play high line, you would have the opportunity to hit them on the counter and stuff. But I think Chelsea started really well. They showed that they were going to go toe-to-toe.
Yeah.
They started really well. So they didn't just pass the ball and just sit in the shape and allow City. Started really well, pushed City, and I think sometimes you're brave, you take the risk, you get some reward. I think that's all I can say. First goal, Haaland, penalty. I still feel like that's not a penalty. First off, as I said to you off camera, I'm still not happy that Anthony Taylor gets to ref that game.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So
I'm still
you
not
told
happy.
me about this,
Still
and
not
I
happy
thought
that
that
he
was
gets to ref that
fascinating.
game.
So which game did he officiate before?
I think that was
in the Premier League?
Wolves Newcastle.
And so then he got demoted.
Yeah, so I think he gave a penalty to Newcastle. That wasn't a penalty.
Okay.
And the annoying thing with this is VAR always gets to look at this. And I don't know if what is more important to them. If it is, because this guy's my mate, I don't want to send him to the screen to go and review his decision. And they just allow the on-field decision to stand.
Yeah.
So why are you guys there?
Yeah.
Why are you guys there? Because I think I can't remember what I was watching where Mike Dean was saying stuff like, oh, if he was there, because like Michael is my mate, I won't tell him to go look at the screen. I'm like, what the heck?
What?
You're there to do a job.
That's so weird.
You're there to do. It's like you're employed to do something where you're like, no, he's my friend, so I'll just let it slide.
Yeah, that's so weird.
So in the Wolves Newcastle game, he gives a penalty.
Okay.
And even from the replays, you can see that there's little to no contact. And that stands. So he gets demoted to the championship. Refs again, I can't remember. Preston, I saw the highlights of that game. I think it was also a derby, but it was a game that had Preston in it. He also gave a penalty in that game, which people still don't feel was a penalty. So I think even the PGMOL have had to apologize to Wolves and Preston. The annoying thing to me now is not that he was demoted, which I still feel like it's not enough punishment for a ref. Because as we were saying, players and managers get worse.
Yeah, so like it's
worse.
Yeah.
They get fines, they get banned for games, the coaches sit in the stands and all of that. A ref gets 1 week in the championship.
Yeah.
And
that even is not like it doesn't happen. It's not like a criteria that said they just kind of did that.
I tell you. So the guy goes to the championship for 1 week, comes back, and he's giving the Chelsea City game. The biggest game of the weekend, you give to the person who just refed in the championship because he made a mistake the game before that. Like, I don't understand the way Howard Webb and his guys think.
Yeah,
I just don't understand that.
It's not unclear. It's not clear at the moment.
I just don't understand it.
It's very unclear.
How do you do that?
Yeah. So I was telling you, Jimmy Carragher, like, so Arsenal put out a statement,
about the Newcastle goal,
backing Arteta basically, and what he said and everything. And so he's like, all this just needs to stop. This needs to stop.
That dude, shut up.
And it's just like, these guys, like you said, like these guys have already played.
They're no longer playing.
Their playing career is done. So now they're like,
Sky Sports is paying him salary. Well, it's not Liverpool anymore.
So some people say, actually, I read a comment somewhere. Some people think like Sky is just really protecting the referees for some reason.
You are the one who told me, Arsene Wenger said there were lions in the zoo.
Yeah, that's what he said.
So
yeah,
it is what. Yeah. It's just annoying. But
no, the thing is, Jimmy Carragher was saying the same thing that you're saying, that like, there's consequences during the match, for the players and for the manager. I'm like, yeah, but what's the consequences for the referees?
For the ref?
Nothing. Ref can make a bad decision and
he just gets 1 week.
Yeah, and then he's back.
And he's back, and he's not just back. And I'm not trying to say that. Some teams are bigger than others. Let's not. It is what it is.
Sure.
Some teams are just bigger than others. But why does somebody come back from the championship?
Yeah.
And the first game you give him is the biggest game of the weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Because this weekend, I don't think there's a bigger game in the Premier League.
No.
And that's why it's the last game on the Sunday.
Yep.
Before they go into the international break.
Yep.
Because they need to keep the hype up.
Yep.
And you give the game to the guy who is just coming back from the championship.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. Yeah. I don't know how Howard Webb and these guys are thinking. Because I think I said when we the Liverpool-Brentford game, Matip is... was it Matip? Yes, Joao Matip.
Yeah, he was on the floor.
It was supposedly a foul. He didn't think it was a foul. And he was like demonstrating why he was so frustrated that was blown. And he was given a yellow card.
Yeah, that was,
I'm like, that makes no sense.
Yeah.
So, are you giving a yellow card to a player for showing emotion? A player is not human.
Yeah.
So, what should they do with all the passion?
Yeah.
A defender tries to get the ball. He doesn't feel like he fouled the player.
Yeah.
But you call a foul, And now he's not even demonstrating to you. He's not touching you. He's done nothing.
Yeah.
He's just frustrated.
Yeah.
And you give him a yellow card because he's frustrated.
Yeah. That one did not make any sense.
Man, the refereeing sometimes, gosh.
I told you, right? Like what Arsene Wenger said, like, I forget what tournament that was, but he was like, not one English referee is gonna be there.
I look at that and I go, why has Matip gotten a yellow card now?
Yeah.
Just because he's passionate,
Yeah.
just because he shows some emotion and frustration, you give him a yellow card. Yeah. They're humans, they're not robots.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I had sort of a similar emotion towards Fabio Vieira's red card this weekend as well. Like, I don't think his challenge was the best, but I also felt like that was kind of like a 50-50, and like you could easily have just given a yellow card, but obviously because it's a red card and stuff, like I forget what the rules are now. But
it's
anyway,
sad. Let's just.
But talking about Chelsea and
so
City, though.
Anthony Taylor, I feel like that shouldn't be a penalty. Because Haaland has his hands on Cuckoo.
Yeah.
So 2 players pulling each other's shirts. And because it's the striker who goes down first with some hands on him. First off, Haaland is a big guy.
Yeah.
Compared to Cucurella.
I wonder if that's why they gave it, because he's a tall dude. He's a big.
But he's also
dude.
a striker. He's going to do whatever he can.
Sure, but like
to get an advantage.
I don't know. I felt like maybe that's one of the reasons why they gave it, was like he's a big guy and like it's not easy to bring him down, so they brought him down.
What if he just went down because it was easy?
Yeah.
Secondly, I don't even think he was going to get the header because Thiago Silva was there before him.
There's that too, yeah.
So how Anthony Taylor comes back from the championship where he had given a penalty, comes to Stamford Bridge for a big game, gives that penalty. I'm like, this sucks, man.
Yeah.
Sucks. But it is what it is. He gives the penalty. Haaland scores it. Thiago Silva.
Yeah.
39-year-old.
Yeah.
Beautiful header to get the game back.
Yeah.
1-1. Great header. I like the way he uses, I think it was Disasi, to block himself and makes that beautiful run.
Yeah, it was a good header, yeah.
Gets a flick on it. Great goal. Second goal for Chelsea, Sterling. Great play. Few mistakes from City players, though. I think the pass to Reece from Cole, Guardiola could have done better.
Yeah.
But James just sees the ball, squares it straight to Sterling, goal 2-1. Sterling celebrates. And then I think he realizes, it's my former team, man.
Well, as he started celebrating, he was crossing, I think, the City fans.
Yeah, we had the City fans were also.
And so he's like, oh, okay.
So he's just like, my bad, sorry. But it's good to see that he could keep himself in check.
Yeah.
But that was good. Then the second goal for City, Akanji to make it 2-2.
Yeah.
Just before halftime. That was also a goal that I'm like, nothing on the officiating. Sure. I just felt like Chelsea could have defended a little better.
Sure, yeah.
Palmer could have blocked
He wasn't marked.
He wasn't marked. Yeah. I think when the corner was played, Enzo was on him. But as the ball was sent out, Enzo just like, they've played it out, so he leaves him and great goal. Second half starts, Haaland scores like less than 2 minutes into the second half. I don't know what part of his body got the ball in, but the ball went in.
I think it was his butt.
The ball went in, that's all you need, bro.
You know, Haaland, like, he's an enigma, man. He is scoring in a lot of different ways. So
with a lot of different body parts.
This is another one of those.
Yeah, great goal, bro. Well, great goal for him.
Yeah.
To make it 3-2. And then Jackson makes it 3-3.
Yeah.
Follow up with Gallagher's strike to make it 3-3. And then I felt sad for Thiago. The fourth goal for Rodri.
Yep.
We could say the goalkeeper could have saved it.
But the deflection.
You don't blame the defender for trying to put himself in front of a shot. So it goes off his foot.
And it's
totally wrong foot. Sanchez, who is already going the other way.
Yeah.
Makes it 4-3. And Rodri definitely celebrates. He should.
Yeah.
4-3.
Sanchez, by the way, made some really good saves.
Oh, yeah, he had a great game.
He made some really good
Especially
saves.
the one against Haaland in the first half.
Yeah, because everybody thought that was a goal.
In my head, I was already counting that as a goal, bro. I tell you the truth. That was a great save. And then Cole Palmer.
Yeah, man.
90 plus 2, 90 plus 3.
Yeah.
To make it 4-4 from the penalty spot. That one was definitely a penalty.
Yeah. Absolutely.
because Diaz definitely clears out
Yep.
Broja.
Yeah, and
Broja.
Bro did a good job
Yeah.
of just kind of
Yeah, just I know
staying
even
there.
the idea to play that pass from Raheem Sterling. Raheem had a
Mhm.
great game also.
Oh yeah,
Raheem Sterling's having great game.
I feel like Sterling had a lot to prove to more than one party. You know, because he's not in the England squad at the moment.
Yeah,
So he's got some points to prove to Pep, some points to prove to Southgate. So he's
great game.
yeah, he's really good.
Great game. So
really good.
Palmer steps up, makes it 4-4.
Yeah,
but good game. Good
Yeah.
game. I think
entertaining. Yeah,
I'm waiting for the day where we can talk about a good game without talking about the officiating.
yeah, man. Yeah.
I'm just waiting for that day.
Yeah.
But all in all, 4-4. I think Arsenal fans are happy. City didn't win, so the gap is not too much. Chelsea fans are okay. They've played, as at when they played Spurs, I think Spurs were second them because City had won during the over the weekend. But that was like the informed team in the league. They won them. They've played the current table toppers. They've drawn with them. So I think Chelsea in a good place. I hope they keep that confidence.
Yeah.
After the international break. And
I think this is actually going to give you guys a lot more confidence because
I hope so. Really hope so.
Like you said, you just played probably the best team in Europe.
Yeah.
The best team in Europe right now.
I went toe-to-toe with them.
And went toe-to-toe with them. So that should be encouraging because you guys have a lot of young
Very
and raw talent, but also some good experience with players like Sterling and then
Thiago Silva.
Yeah. So like, I think it's a good mix, and I think it's moving in the right direction.
I hope so.
There's growing pains.
I really hope so.
But it's moving in the right direction.
I really hope so.
Yeah, great game. Really good game.
No doubt.
No doubt. Let's move on.
Blockbuster of the game.
Yes, blockbuster of the game. But let's move on to just highlight some of the other
games,
major things that happened in the Premier League. So Newcastle lost to Bournemouth.
Yes, so Newcastle went to Bournemouth. Eddie Howe against his former employers. Yeah, that's the thing. So he was back.
He goes and loses.
Yeah, he was back at the Vitality Stadium. Lost 2-0, 2 goals in the second half from Sri Lanka.
Say his name. Tell us how to say his name.
It's a Yoruba name,
okay,
if I'm not mistaken. But the commentators in England call it Solanke.
Yeah.
Because it's spelled Solanke.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's an English name. I think it's a Yoruba name. It should be Solanke. But I don't blame them. I don't expect them to get it. And I hope they don't blame me when I mispronounce English names also. But Dominic gets 2 goals in the second half. Yeah. He could have gotten a hat-trick, to be honest.
Well,
they could have actually scored much more than 2 because Newcastle started chasing the game. That opened a lot of spaces at the back. But it was a great game for them because they needed that win. I think that's like their second win of the season so far.
Oh, wow. So, yeah.
For Bournemouth, I mean.
Yeah.
Because they've not had a great start to the season. So to get that win, good, at home, against the former boss, good stuff. But Newcastle also, a lot of injuries. They have like 8 players injured. And even Almiron got injured in the game. So had to get subbed off.
Oof.
They still have Tonali, who's banned for like 10 months.
Yeah.
So they have like, I don't think Wilson was there. Isak wasn't there. Guimaraes wasn't there. But Dan Bond wasn't there. Botman isn't there. It was just like stacks of injury. But it is what it is. The game has been played. They lost.
Yeah. Everton away at Crystal Palace. They get a win.
Oh, yes. Ah, man.
Is it 3-2?
It was 3-2. I want to say I was happy for Everton, but yeah, I was happy for Everton. But I have 2 of my boys in Crystal Palace, Eberichi Eze and Olise, who I really love. I love them. So I felt sad that they lost at home. But it was good stuff for Everton. It's not easy to go to Sellers Park.
No.
Not easy to go to Sellers Park. So they went there, won 3-2. Great game for them. Everton need as much points as they can get. They've been in the relegation fight for like the last 3-4 years.
Yeah.
So if they can get at least some points to give them some level of breathing space, that would be cool. So to go to Sellers Park and pick 3 points up there, awesome stuff.
Big deal, yeah.
Awesome stuff. Shout out to Sean Dyche and the boys.
Yeah. Okay, this next one, I hope I get this right. So West Ham get a win after 4 games without a win.
That has to be in
I
the
think
league.
it's in the league.
Okay.
So
another one you guys in the Carabao Cup.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it has to be the league. But yeah,
I think
win after 4 games.
good for them. Really good for them. They were losing at some point in that game, though. I think they got the
that was
first
also
goal.
3-2.
Yeah. They got the first goal. Paqueta.
Mm-hmm.
Awoni scores to make it 1-1.
Mm-hmm.
Then Elanga scores to make it 2-1 to Forest and takes his shirt off in celebration and all of that. And I'm not sure. Maybe the goal means something to him.
Sure,
maybe there's a personal reason. I have
could
no
be,
idea.
could be.
Because I don't know him as a former West Ham player or anything, but he really, really celebrated that goal.
He played for United.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He went to United. So he went to Forest from United, I believe.
Yes.
But he celebrated the goal like with so much passion, took his shirt off. But in the end, they lost the game. So yeah. West Ham come back from 2-1 to win 3-2.
Yeah.
Souček with the header in like closing stages of the game. So shout out to them. I think David Moyes is a good manager. But good stuff for them.
Yeah.
You guys won Burnley.
Yes, we won Burnley.
But you got a red card, Fabio Vieira, as you were saying. Do you think it was a red card?
I thought it was a bit harsh, but it's kind of 50-50. It wasn't the best challenge.
Okay. Makes sense.
I feel bad for him, though, because he hasn't started very many games.
And now he has a reason to not start the next 3.
Yeah. I hope he can, just get a few more starts in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think he's a very creative player, really good, hardworking. So yeah, I mean, it just wasn't the best challenge, and he got a red from that. But Aston Villa, before we talk about Arsenal, Aston Villa, I think that's 13 consecutive league wins at home.
Oh, yeah, good stuff. I think that run stretches into the end of last season.
Yep.
So it seems like Unai Emery is making Villa Park fortress.
Seems like it, yeah.
Good team, really good team. I think since he's come back, so let's go this calendar year, so 2023 calendar year.
Mm-hmm.
I think they've picked up so much points.
Yeah, they're playing good football too.
If the table was just 2023, I think they would be higher up the table than where they are.
Yeah.
Unai has come in and shown he's a great manager, and he's working, I assume, with a lower budget than he had at PSG and even Arsenal, where he could buy Pepe for like 70-something million. I think Pepe was his buy. I think so. I could be wrong.
Think so.
I think Pepe was
yeah.
But he's at Villa now, where he's buying Tielemans, Nicolo Zaniolo. Now, not like these players are not great players, but they don't cost 70-80 odd million.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting good results.
He's getting the best out of them with Oli Watkins, Diaby, Liam Bailey, Douglas Luiz playing like a beast of a guy.
Yeah,
definitely my boy John McGinn, also the Scottish one. I like that his celebration every time he scores and he does the.
I feel like he's a very underrated player. He's a very
great player.
Yeah,
he's a great player. John McGinn is a great player.
Yeah.
So shout out to them. Good stuff. Win over Fulham.
Yeah.
So great stuff.
Yeah. Okay, one more. Arsenal obviously won against Burnley.
Yeah, Burnley are not in a good place.
Burnley
sorry, Craig.
Yeah.
We miss you, Craig, but sorry, man. Bad times for you
guys. Yeah. Some people think they're not gonna make it, but let's see.
Well, I think after Christmas into January, that's when you begin to know whose fate is really hanging in the balance.
Yeah.
But right now, I think there's the bottom 4 and then there's the rest.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, out of the bottom 4, only one person can survive.
True.
So Christmas, New Year, let's come back to that.
Sure. Yeah.
But shout out to you guys for winning, though.
Yeah. It was a good win, and I think it was interesting. So Trossard scored Arsenal's 1,000th goal at the Emirates.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's really great, because I remember when you guys moved from Highbury to Emirates, and to see that there's already 1,000 goals.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
When I heard you say that, I actually first thought it was like 1,000 goals at the Emirates. Like Arsenal's goals and goals from the opposition
other teams. Yeah. No,
but to see that it's Arsenal's 1,000 goal, that's great. Great stuff.
Yep.
Really great stuff.
Yep.
Emirates is the place to be, I guess.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
but just quick one on some other games. Brighton
Yep.
1-1 at home
Yeah.
to Sheffield.
To Sheffield, and they got a red card.
Yeah, the hood steps on the guy.
Not a good
Steps on the guy. That's sad. That's really sad. But I'm assuming De Zerbi would have gone into that game hoping to get 3 points.
Oof, yeah.
So he will be disappointed. He actually celebrated the first goal really well.
Yeah.
Went into the crowd.
Almost went into the crowd and then somehow stepped away.
Yeah. But it was just a great weekend of the Premier League. Just a great weekend. United scraped past Luton 1-0 at home.
Yeah.
If they hadn't won that,
it would not have been very good.
It's half of his booty on the chair.
Yeah.
But good stuff. Good stuff on the Premier League this weekend.
Yeah. Let's talk about one of the big games that's gonna come up. It's Chelsea Liverpool, I guess.
No, Chelsea have played Liverpool.
Oh, sorry,
City
Liverpool.
Oh,
My bad.
Yeah.
You guys have already played.
Yeah,
You're like,
I
don't want to play them again.
No, not like that. Not like that. I'm like, we already played. That was the first game of the season for us. So our first game of the season was Chelsea Liverpool. I remember that game.
Yeah.
I think we did that episode online because I was away.
Oh,
I remember that game. Yeah, Chelsea Liverpool. So City Liverpool, that's the next blockbuster.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it turns out to be one. Chelsea have given the Premier League 2 blockbusters in 1 week.
It should be, because now those 2 teams are the top 2 teams in the Premier League.
Oh, first v second.
Yeah. So this is really a big deal.
But to be honest, Klopp, Guardiola, any game they have against each other is usually
true. And both are in a good moment right now. So
yeah. First v second is good stuff. But it's also good stuff for Arsenal, in the sense that no matter what happens, if you guys win your game, you would climb up.
Yeah.
So if Liverpool lose, you climb up to second. Time. Yeah. So it just, except you guys lose.
Yeah.
So all you have to do is win your game and just wait for who you're going to climb over.
Yep.
If they draw, you might actually go first.
Actually, they're going to play first. So
Arsenal are going to play first.
No. City Liverpool.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, that's going to be, I think,
great.
the first game.
That's really great for you guys.
The weekend.
That is the first game of the weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think so.
Wow. What a way to come back from the international break. That's awesome. Yeah. But awesome for you guys.
Yeah, let's see. We play Brentford, and Brentford's not an easy team, so.
Yeah, but Liverpool just dealt with them 3-0, bro.
Yeah.
Brentford.
That was Liverpool at home at Anfield.
Brentford. It is what it is.
But yeah.
But that's a great game to look forward to. Yeah. There's not much to say about it right now, especially because of the international break. Yeah. Because players could go represent their countries and pick up injuries there.
That's true.
So there's not so much we could say.
Some players aren't going international break because of, those injuries are coming.
Yeah. So like Madison will play for
still recovering.
Those kind of guys.
Reece James is called up. Yeah.
KDB, I think he's still injured and all of that.
That's right.
So that's fine. Yeah. But it's a good game. Good game to look forward to.
Yeah. So I think that kind of rounds up the Premier League.
Cool.
Let's talk about the Champions League.
Oh, UCL, baby.
Let me scroll this up really quick.
UCL is the way to go. UCL is the way to go.
Okay. So, UCL roundup, I guess.
Yeah, let's do a quick one.
So, Dortmund win.
Yeah, Dortmund win at home to Newcastle.
Yeah.
I saw most of the game, 2-0.
So, they beat them both home and away.
Yeah, so 1-0 at St. James Park, 2-0 at Signal Iduna Park. Good game, though, from Dortmund. I think Newcastle started really cautiously.
Okay.
Right,
not their attacking self.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but first goal, Fulkrug. Second goal, I think, Julian Brandt.
Okay.
But Dortmund deserved to win. They won. Move on.
Okay.
Newcastle just have to power through.
Yeah.
Try to do what they can against Milan and away at PSG.
Yeah.
That's a good game.
Yeah. So Milan won as well.
Oh, that was great. Yeah? I really wanted Milan to win.
Yeah.
Because if PSG had won that game, they'll be so close to qualifying. So the way the group is now is really what I wanted, which is anybody can qualify.
Sure.
Yeah. So PSG go to Milan, they score first, Mbappe. But first off, at the start of the game, the Milan fans were throwing fake currency notes
with his face on it.
Gigi Donnarumma.
Is that a crime? Like to produce money? No, not to move clubs. Not to make to make money with somebody else's face. I don't
It's not
know.
legal tender.
Okay.
So I don't think it's if you take it somewhere hoping to use it to
Okay,
purchase,
then it is a crime.
then it's a
Okay.
problem. 'cause
But if you're
that's
throwing
frequent.
it,
it's not legal tender.
Anyway.
They were just trying to make a point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was
And they
a
came
money
with
move.
a lot of it.
Money is for the money. Huh?
Yeah, so he left Milan to go to PSG, to Qatari Sports Group and all of that, blah, blah, blah. I think it was clear money was part of it.
Sure.
Because Milan did offer him a new deal.
Okay.
But I think he was holding out for some salary increase, which Maldini and the guys were like, nah, we're not paying you that.
Okay.
But they gave him a good upgrade on his current deal.
Sure.
I guess PSG gave him something better, so he left. So the fans did that, threw money into the pitch. But I do want to say, though, great game by Loftus-Cheek.
Oh, yeah.
Loftus-Cheek had a beautiful game. It kind of reminded me of Prime Yaya Toure. Box to box. Players bouncing off him. Yaya Toure in his prime. He was a beast of a man.
Nice.
So just see Loftus-Cheek in that game was beautiful.
Nice.
Actually, my brother is a Milan fan.
Okay.
So he put something on his status like, thank you, Chelsea.
List out all the players.
Yeah, because Loftus-Cheek, great game, Chelsea. Giroud, the winner, Chelsea.
Yeah.
Pulisic, Chelsea. Tomori, Chelsea. So it's with love from West London.
That's funny.
But I got to see the game. I was so happy for Milan. So happy for them. First goal, Rafael Leao. Second goal, Giroud.
Yeah.
Beautiful stuff.
Yeah,
Beautiful
good
stuff. So right now, that group is open. I think Dortmund are top 7. Then PSG are second, 6. I think Milan is third, 5. Newcastle is bottom, 4. But the way it is, anybody can still qualify.
Yeah.
So good stuff. Yeah.
Let's look at some losers. So Barcelona lost to Shakhtar.
Yeah, they lost 1-0 away. I don't think it in any way threatens their qualifying from the group.
No, they're still top.
I think they should still qualify.
I just thought it was interesting that they lost.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Shakhtar. Anyway.
So that's Barca losing, yeah?
Yep. And then United lost to Copenhagen away.
Oh, that was a game I also saw.
4-3, right?
Yeah. So at the start of the game, the Copenhagen fans had I don't know if it's big enough to be called a tifo. So I'll say banner. And the banner said something like, "Welcome to your theater of nightmares." Because definitely Old Trafford is the theater of dreams.
Oh, that's...
So they had a banner of the fans had a banner.
Dude, that's bad.
Welcome to your theater of nightmares. Before the game, though, I think the Copenhagen coach is a really young guy, though. Nistrup. It's 34.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Really young guy. But he's doing really well with them. So the game started off, United raced into a 2-goal lead.
Okay.
2 goals from Højlund. And then I think the turning point in the game was Marcus Rashford getting a red card. I think that was a turning point in the game.
Yeah.
So I can't remember the exact minutes, but close to the 40th minute, 30 something thereabouts. I think Rashford is trying to get himself in between the player and the ball. So he lifts his left leg, but by the time he drops his left leg, his studs are into the guy's feet.
Yeah.
He gets a red card. United play with 10 men. And before halftime, Copenhagen get 2 goals to make it 2-2. So they go into the break 2-2. United come back 3-2 with a penalty, which Fernandes scores to make it 3-2. And then Copenhagen make it 3-3. But the funny thing, though, is I think some of these things you just can't make them up.
Yeah.
The guy who scores the winning goal in the closing stages of the game for them, guess his name.
I don't know his name.
Rooney. You can't make this kind of stuff up. You just can't make it up. His name is Rooney.
I did not know that.
I tell you, bro. I tell you, man.
I watched the highlights and I don't even remember seeing
He's a young kid. He's 19.
Wow. Where is he from? I guess
he's not English though.
Doesn't matter.
And it's not actually spelled R-O-O-N-E-Y. His is R-O-O-N-Y.
Still.
What is Rooney? Same.
It's very interesting.
So it's
yeah.
What a way to get the stake in your heart.
Wow. Yeah.
By somebody with the name of a former player of yours who's a legend and all.
Yeah.
Rooney
Wow,
makes it
that's brutal.
4-3.
That's brutal.
Yeah, but sad for United because right now they're bottom of that group.
Yep.
And the only way they can qualify, I think, is by winning both Galatasaray and Bayern. I think so, if I'm not.
Those aren't going to be easy games for them.
Because I think Bayern have already qualified.
Mhm.
So there's only one slot left. And there are 3 teams fighting for that slot. Galatasaray, Copenhagen, and United.
Mhm.
And United next game is away at Galatasaray. That's not an easy place to go.
Yeah, let's see.
So I don't know what Ten Hag and the boys have planned, but they have. If they are to qualify from that group, difficult stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff.
So let's see if Newcastle and United can, or Newcastle United and Manchester United can make it out of the groups and possibly get into the knockout stages.
See. If they can't make it out, at least they should try to go for the Europa.
Yeah.
At least try to finish third.
Yeah.
So you can go to Europa. But let's see how it goes.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. You said you didn't know this, but apparently Drogba and Gary Lineker were at the Ballon d'Or ceremony.
I knew Drogba was going to host it. I didn't know Lineker
Right.
was involved. But I also didn't watch. I didn't watch it like live.
Right. I didn't watch it either. I just heard about this, but I thought it was funny. And then people, put it up on social and stuff that like they said something to Holland like, who are you gonna celebrate? Like, are you gonna celebrate like Drogba's like, are you gonna
Drogba's
celebrate like me?
Yeah.
To celebrate like Gary Lineker.
I don't even know Lineker's celebration.
I don't either, so that's why I can't even.
But I know
picture it.
Double D. Double D is the
Yeah. They call him Double D.
I think that's me. But I think maybe a few other people call him Double D, I guess.
I don't.
It's Didier Drogba, it's Double D.
That he is. That's true, but I just never heard him called Double D because for me, Double D is from a show called Ed, Edd and Eddie. Did you ever watch that show? Never.
Yeah, I know. Ed, Edd and Eddie.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
So Double D. There's a Double D in that show.
Yeah.
So that's anyway. So yeah, the Drogba.
Yeah.
He's like, are you gonna celebrate like me or are you gonna celebrate like Lineker? And so Holland's like, okay, you just watch, whenever I score next, you'll see the celebration. And he did he hit the Drogba celebration.
Good for
so
him. Good for him.
Thought that was a cool moment. It's a cool moment.
I don't know if Lineker won the Champions League. Drogba did, so he should do it. I said I don't know. I don't know if he
I don't
won.
know either. He played for Barcelona, so
Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't mean he won it. I could be. Maybe he won it. I just don't know. I was just.
You look like a fool if
That's why I said I don't know if he won it. I just said what my brain was thinking. I don't know if he won it. I know Drogba did.
Okay. I think the last one, Pepe, not Nicholas Pepe, old Pepe, or sorry, I shouldn't say old Pepe. That came out wrong. It's too late. We're recording too late at the moment. That came out so wrong. But Portuguese Pepe. Pepe from the Portugal national team.
Yeah, Portuguese center back, yeah.
Portuguese center back who used to play for Real Madrid.
Now plays for Porto.
Now plays for Porto.
Yeah.
Scored in the Champions League, becomes the oldest player.
Yeah, good.
Oldest goal scorer in the Champions League at 40 years old.
Shout out to him. We've just seen Thiago Silva, 39. Scored.
Yeah.
So it's good to see players who have kept themselves and still keep themselves in shape to play at this level, to play UCL at 40 and to play in a game like Chelsea City at 39. Shout out to those guys. Whatever they're doing, they should take us to a masterclass in it.
Yeah, that's true.
They should take us to a masterclass.
Because you don't see players have such long careers, so that's pretty cool.
Gone are those days, like
40 years.
I think I remember for Milan, Costa Curta. I think he played till like 40. So we have legends who played that long. Ryan Giggs.
Yeah.
Zlatan. And all of that. But there are not many of them. So to see a 39-year-old score Sunday, see a 40-year-old score midweek, priceless. Good stuff. Really good stuff.
Yeah.
Really, really good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Cool.
Still on the UCL though. Atletico. I think Atletico won Celtic like 6-0.
Oh yeah. That was another big thing. Yeah.
But I think Celtic got a red card.
Yep.
But Simone and his boys just tore them apart after that.
And I think I don't know if this is official, but it seems like he signed a new.
Yeah, he has.
So he signed a new deal.
I think he's the longest serving coach in La Liga right now. I could be.
Wow.
Yeah. Right now, I think he's the longest.
Dang.
serving.
Wow. That's cool.
But he's paid a lot of money in Atletico. But I think the club and Simone
He has a good
they have
relationship with them.
intertwined so much.
Yeah, because he played for them, right? I mean, he went from player to coach or
Yes, sir.
manager.
I guess so.
Yeah.
But I think the DNA of the club is El Cholo.
Yeah.
So there are clubs where if they're having a bad run, the manager gets fired.
Yep.
I don't
That's
think
not that
Atletico-
club. Yeah.
Yeah, because the DNA of the club is El Cholo himself.
Yeah.
So he's gotten to that level where if they have a bad run of form, they most likely sell players than sack him. Most likely sell players than sack him.
And I mean,
See, when
yeah,
Griezmann
that's not
was
a
doing, when
that's not a
Griezmann was
bad
doing
model.
the whole crap, he sent him to Barcelona.
Yeah.
But he didn't do so well. Yeah, he came back.
Yeah.
And they're all good now.
Yeah.
When Saul was having the issue, they loaned him to Chelsea.
Yeah.
So I think not when I say Madrid, people think Real. Atletico Madrid.
Mm-hmm.
I think they've done that to a level where it's really cool. So El Cholo is to a large extent is the DNA of the club.
Yeah. And I feel like some clubs are returning to that sort of model or philosophy of kind of building around
The manager?
a manager who has a strong philosophy.
Yeah.
I think Chelsea's going to do that with Pochettino.
Let's see.
I think Arsenal's doing that with Mikel. We're like, fourth year, I think, into the fourth year with him.
Yeah.
And there's no signs of like changing that. At least it seems like it.
He's done really
because-
well. I don't think
Yeah.
there's no reason for Arteta to be signed.
and it took a little bit, but we see now the progress that's being made. So I think we'll see more and more clubs moving towards that sort of philosophy.
Hopefully.
But Atletico is probably one of the very few clubs that
Yeah.
actually practice that right now and have been doing that for a while.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
as we're speaking of Atletico and La Liga, though, it's not Real Madrid,
No.
it's not Barcelona,
No.
it's not Atletico,
No.
but there's some other team that's number one right now.
Yeah, Girona is top of the table in La Liga.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening there. I really don't. I don't think anybody.
But we like it. We
Yeah,
like
we
it.
do. We do like it. And it's one of the things that makes football.
Yeah.
And
And they got promoted just like recently?
I haven't been following their story, to be honest.
I heard something that like
But I don't think anybody at the start of the season would have predicted
no.
Girona will be top
No.
after 12, 13 games.
Yeah.
So it's beautiful to see. It's great for La Liga as a league
Yeah.
that Girona can go up top. Kind of like the same thing in the Bundesliga with Leverkusen.
Yeah, they're
Xabi
also,
Alonso and his boys.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
Leverkusen at top. I think Bayern is second, 2
Yeah.
points difference.
Yeah.
So things like that, beautiful to see.
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
really beautiful to see.
Yeah.
So shout out to Girona and Leverkusen. Keep doing what they're doing. Try to grind out those wins any way you can.
Yeah, man.
Grind out those wins.
Yeah.
When you play the big boys, if you can get a draw, go for it.
Yeah.
If you can win, definitely that's better.
Yeah.
But don't get so naive that you really want to win and you keep yourself exposed at the back and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can, don't lose.
Yeah.
Just don't lose.
Well, they got a very experienced former player, now manager, in Xabi Alonso, who's quite a solid midfielder. So
yeah. And
if
he played under a lot of really good managers. Played under Benitez, under Mourinho, under Carlo Ancelotti, under Ancella. Nah, the guy is
solid
big
player.
For Spain also, he played under
for
people
Spain.
like
For Spain, yeah.
Vicente de Bosque.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
good stuff.
He was in the World Cup squad, right? Yeah. He was still playing at the time.
When Del Bosque was there, I think he was.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's one thing. But you touched on Bundesliga, so okay, let me make sure I get this right. So Kane, Harry Kane, has broken Lewandowski's record in the Bundesliga for fastest goals or most goals in 11 of the first 11 matches. So Lewandowski had scored 16. He scored 17.
That's crazy. 16 and 11. And Kane has done 17 in 11.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah. So as we're talking about Leverkusen, let's hope that they can withstand this kind of storm of the perfect storm of Kane being there, because
Well, the thing
he is
is
scoring like crazy. He scored, I don't even know how many hat tricks this far.
Well, the thing is, Kane can score as many goals as he wants, win the Golden Boot, but not win the league.
True.
That's
Which would be
happened.
very sad.
That's happened a lot of times.
But
I'm not saying that will happen.
Sure.
So in the Premier League, he won the Golden Boot like 2-3 times. He never won the Premier League, did he?
Just, dude, don't put the curse on him. Don't.
You are the one saying that. I didn't say that.
No, I'm just saying, like, okay, that did happen here, but maybe we shouldn't, voice it.
Are you not happy that Leverkusen is top?
It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
So,
I am happy for Granit Xhaka. He's there now. So
oh yeah, he's two your ex-players.
still follow him. He's a
that's cool.
good guy. Anyway,
I like two players there. I like Boniface.
Boniface,
I like,
yes.
Grimaldo. Alex Grimaldo.
Yes.
Great player. Great player.
But I mean, it's good to see somebody else on top in these other leagues as well.
Yes,
Let's see if that can happen in
Because I think
Premier
in
League
Serie
as well.
A, Juventus is top. As at the last time I checked.
Mm.
Ligue 1, I think PSG is now top. Because Nice didn't win over the weekend. I think they drew.
Okay.
So those guys are now PSG are backed up because they won 3-0. I think Mbappe got a hat trick.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think after that, Luis Enrique's comments were like, "Yeah, I'm not happy with Mbappe. Like, I'll speak to him
They'll
about
settle
it."
their issues.
I don't even know what that means, but
yeah. Let's settle
anyway,
their issues
yeah.
indoors. That's your
anyway.
problem.
But that was the Kane start. I thought that was pretty fascinating.
Great start.
17 goals in 11 matches. That's crazy.
That's great.
I don't know how many hat tricks he scored, but he scored more than one, which is insane.
That's awesome. I
But
think
he's enjoying it, and I mean that's good for him.
really good, really good.
He's a striker who wants to score.
I don't think anybody doubts that Kane is a good goal scorer. I don't think anybody does. So good stuff. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Enjoy Munich.
Yeah, it's good. I think one of the last things we want to talk about, which I think is very important, and I think it shows the humanity in football.
Yeah.
And that is Burnley striker Lyle Foster, South African, who went to the club and said, "I'm not doing too good."
Yes.
In terms of mental health. And the club's fully supported him.
Yes.
They're behind him.
Yes.
They're making sure he's getting all the help he needs.
Yes.
And I was listening to companies sort of, I don't know, interview about it from Burnley, and you could just see the humanity, which I think is what makes company a good manager. They're not having the greatest season, and everything.
They're bottom of the league now.
They're bottom of the league, but for him to go, to recognize that there's this thing, more important than football.
Yes.
And, I think he even said this, like, you have to look at the person sitting in front of you and recognize that they're human first, He said something like along those lines, which is, I think, very important, because so many times players are seen as like, this is a player, like the player is here to like produce whatever results, required from them, and that's it. But at the end of the day, that's not true. Like, they are human beings as well. So anyway, that was just a great, I think, display from Burnley to support, their striker and support him. And he's young, and he's been in other clubs as well. And I think I read somewhere that his struggle with I think it's depression, but I'm not sure the full extent. But his struggle with this isn't new. Like, he's had this like for a while now. But just shout out to him as well for like voicing and saying, I need help, But anyway, what thoughts?
I think you've said it all. You've said it all, and you said it well. I didn't watch the company interview thingy, but I saw the updates, and it's great to see that he's getting support.
Yeah.
That's really great.
Yeah.
This might not mean so much in the sense that company actually is an ex-player, So he might understand some of these things.
Absolutely.
And how he works and how he plays on your mind.
Absolutely, yeah.
He was a defender, definitely. Foster is a striker, but he has also shared the dressing room with great strikers like Aguero.
Yeah.
And those kind of guys.
Yeah.
So I still think that he's one of the best persons that Burnley can hope to be in the seat at this time to help Foster. I pray Foster recovers ASAP.
Yeah.
Because they definitely need him and the goals he can give them. But as you say, he's a human first. The person needs to be taken care of. If he's in a healthy place, he can get more goals. If he's in a healthy place, he can do much more for the team. So I'm really grateful that clubs and organizations, however you want to term it, are beginning to actually take care of their employees. So shout out to Burnley. Just all the best to Foster. All the best to him.
Hope and pray that he feels better soon. But also, excuse me, I think it's also cool to see different, organizations, or basically just being, it's cool to see mental health needs being recognized with as much importance as like
an ACL or something.
An ACL or a physical sickness. It's good. It's good that that's happening because the mind's an important part of the body. The mind and the heart, even though I know the heart is like, it's not it's the whole thing medically, whatever.
But you need your mind because Pelo's autobiography is, I think, therefore I play. And he says he plays much more with his brain than with his feet.
There you go.
Actually, your biggest weapon in football is your mind, not necessarily your legs.
Yeah.
Well, if you are Pelo, yes, because Pelo wasn't the fastest or the strongest. But what he could do really well, which is he had a great football brain.
Vision.
If you're free, he would see you and he would get the ball to you.
Yeah.
And he could hit the ball from like 20, 30 yards and all of that. But I'm just saying that to support your point. That
no, absolutely. That's true. And but also, like, you need your mind for so many more things, Yeah. And, jobs sometimes that people have, no matter if you're a football player or whatever, like any other kind of jobs, like life takes a toll on you, and so it's good to see mental health being recognized, on kind of the same level as, physical health and like the needs of, like a person when, you're physically ill, whatever that is. And so I hope that more and more places in other parts of the world are gonna like, acknowledge that and, like incorporate mental health as part of, taking care, like basically taking care of the whole person inside and out, But anyway, I think, I had a question for you.
Yeah.
Okay, we're just checking we're still running. Just before we close out.
Yeah.
Poch, is going to be a big game for you again next week or after 2 weeks. Oh no, sorry, that was City Liverpool. Never mind. Well, you do have a big game actually with Newcastle anyway. I just wanted to know, are you happy with Poch?
That's a good question. I think so far, yes.
Okay.
He's come into the team. He's met a lot of young players. Some of them, a good number of them, he didn't buy. So Enzo wasn't his buy. Seems like Caicedo is more of the club's buy than his, because even before he came, Chelsea have been trying to get Caicedo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming Cole Palmer is his buy.
Mm.
But one of the things that I think I see is I like the way he speaks in his press conferences where he goes, everybody needs to be patient. This is going to take some time.
Mm-hmm.
But I can assure you, this is a good group of players. And we've had tougher jobs at Southampton, at Spurs. And one way or the other, we got to get over that hurdle.
Mm-hmm.
I think we will get over these ones. We just want people to be patient.
Good, yeah.
So I have no issue with the guy. I think 12 games into the league season, 10th on the table, which is definitely not the best. But then the first half of the table, so they're 10th right now. They are still in the Carabao Cup. So I think I'm okay with him. I don't have any issues with him.
Okay.
So far.
Good.
He's leading a team that has little to no experience.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really just filled with young players and stuff. So far, I think he should just keep doing what he's doing, work hard, spend time on the training pitch, develop the players, hope that those who are injured get back so he has enough options. I hope they go longer in the Carabao and the FA Cup so that all the players get some time to sweat it out in the short. No issue with Poch. No issue with Poch for me.
That's good, man. Awesome.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yes.
Oh, just I guess when it comes to Poch, I think it seems like similar to how Arteta came into Arsenal with the plan of like, hey, 4 or 5 years, this is where we could be with these kind of changes that we make. I have a feeling that Poch is, come in with a similar sort of plan. And so
I hope so. 4 or 5 years is a long time.
Like he's saying, like, hey, just be patient. But that's what you have to acknowledge. It's not just like you guys have changed a manager; you also have changed an ownership. So
yeah, true.
It's a big change for Chelsea as a club.
Before Poch, there was Graham Potter who came.
That's right.
And part of the idea we got when Potter came was, he'll be given time to build a team and to do this. He develops players. Yep. See what he did at Brighton and all of that. But he came in and he got sacked after how many months? 5 months? Thereabouts. Now, I don't expect the same for Poch.
No,
I don't.
This is different.
Yeah, but football is football. It could be cool.
Yeah.
But I hope he gets time because I think he's not a bad manager.
Mm-hmm.
He's played in the Champions League final with that Tottenham squad.
Yeah.
He's a cool guy. Nothing against him. Wish him all the best.
Yep. Cool. That's it from us, I guess.
Yeah. International break.
There's international break, so we will be after the break.
Yeah, we'll come back.
See.
And we'll keep talking football.
Yeah. Cool.
All right.
Thanks, guys, for being with us. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your loved ones. Care for one another and those around you. Never know what anybody's going through.
Yeah.
Like we talked about Lyle Foster. So yeah. And shout out to those people who are who have the courage to be able to come forward and say, I need help. So keep doing that, folks. And if you're listening and you need help, please let somebody you love know. And yeah, you're not alone. But anyway, cheers.
What he said. Yeah.
But yeah, cheers to you guys. Take care. Enjoy the international break. We'll see you guys back. Like and subscribe, as we always say.
You know what to do.
Like and subscribe.
You know what to do.
We'll see you next time.
Yeah. See ya.